I never sat in the classroom past the age of 10. It shows, in the good way.
You also lived when a printing press was high technology. Some doors have only one key, Benjamin.
A diploma is a receipt. It proves you paid, not that you learned. Careful, gentlemen. Some debts buy chains. This one can buy a ladder at the right price.
6 figures, 4 years, and a debt that follows you for decades. Is a degree still worth it? Tonight, what college actually costs, why the famous $1 million diploma statistic is misleading, and the one number that tells you whether a specific degree is worth borrowing for. Welcome back to the Wealth Table. Tonight's question, is college still worth it, or has it become the most respectable bad investment in the economy? 20 seconds each.
I taught myself 5 languages, science and publishing with borrowed books and candlelight. Knowledge has never been cheaper than today. The greatest library in human history sits in your pocket, free. Paying 6 figures for information you can get for nothing is not education. It's a luxury purchase with a robe and a hat.
Agreed, with teeth. I hired thousands of men. I never once asked for a diploma. I asked what they could do. The workshop taught more than the lecture hall, every time. Skills pay. Certificates decorate.
Charming. From 2 men who then hired armies of engineers, lawyers, and accountants, every one of them schooled. College was never mainly about information. It is about entry. Medicine, law, engineering, the licensed professions. Those doors have exactly one key, and it is not sold on the internet.
And I'll say the quiet part. The question is college worth it is lazy. The question is this degree, at this price, for this student, worth it? Averages lie. Prices don't. Same word, 2 entirely different products.
Round 1. What does it actually cost?
4 years at a typical private American university. Once housing and food are added, runs comfortably into 6 figures. Public and in-state, far less, often a fraction, for what is to most employers the same credential. That is the first lesson before any philosophy. Where you buy the degree changes the price by hundreds of %. Nobody pays 5 times more for the same barrel of oil. People do it for degrees every autumn.
And you're forgetting the invisible line on the invoice, 4 years of wages not earned while studying. The true cost is the tuition plus the income foregone. That is why an 18-year-old's degree and a 35-year-old's degree are financially different animals.
And the debt is not ordinary debt. In America, you can walk away from a failed business or a failed house. Student debt survives almost everything. Bankruptcy rarely touches it. That changes the wager entirely. This is a bet you cannot unplace.
So mark it. The same product ranges from a sound investment to a financial tattoo, depending on the sticker and the source. Nothing else this table discusses varies so wildly in price for so nearly identical a good.
The famous statistic, degree holders earn roughly $1 million more over a lifetime. Mr. Ford, dismantle it.
With pleasure. It is the most abused average in finance. That figure blends the surgeon with the graduate pouring espresso, and it compares graduates to everyone without a degree, including people who never tried. The premium is enormous for engineering, medicine, computing, and finance. For the weakest fields, graduates often earn no more than skilled tradesmen, minus 6 figures in 4 years.
And yet the average survives every attack, decade after decade, because the diploma is also a signal. It tells an employer this person can finish a long, expensive, tedious thing. Crude, but hiring is risk management, and firms pay to reduce risk.
Then say it honestly, Morgan. You're not defending education. You're defending a very expensive, permission slip.
Correct. And permission slips run the world.
Here is the number that settles it, and it is the most useful sentence in this episode. Compare the total borrowing for a specific degree against the realistic first-year salary in that specific field. If the debt exceeds that first-year salary, the repayment will dominate the graduate's 20s. If it sits comfortably below, the degree is usually among the best investments a young person can make. Look up the field. Look up the school's actual graduate outcomes. Then decide.
The alternatives. Mr. Ford, your territory.
The world is short of electricians, welders, plumbers, machinists, and technicians. Shorter training, a fraction of the cost, often paid while learning, and mid-career many out-earn the average graduate. An apprentice at 22 has 4 years of wages and no debt, while his classmate has a paper and a payment plan.
And my door, the self-taught builder. Every skill that pays today, code, design, writing, sales, can be learned and, crucially, proven in public. A portfolio is the modern diploma, with one advantage. An employer can inspect the work itself rather than trusting a signal.
Both true, both incomplete. Franklin, your print shop worked because Philadelphia knew you. The self-taught path still runs on the hardest currency there is, someone willing to give you the first chance. College, for all its bloat, manufactures first chances in bulk. Classmates, professors, alumni, recruiters who visit campuses and not bedrooms. Sneer at the classroom if you like. The network is a large part of what's being purchased.
He's right, and I'll prove it from my own ledger. I took a 3-month bookkeeping course, the cheapest education in this room. But it was a church community that vouched me into my first job. Skills open my hands. People open the door. Whichever path the viewer takes, they must deliberately build the second one.
The complication, and it cuts against 2 men at this table. The degree premium is real and stubborn, but the spread is the story. Top fields repay their cost many times over. The weakest never break even. And a second finding. Among people who succeed without degrees, a disproportionate share began with savings, family connections, or a safety net. The free library in everyone's pocket is mostly used by those who least need it.
Then I must complicate my own position. I was never only self-taught. I had a printer's apprenticeship, a structure, a brother's shop, a door, a city of clubs I founded precisely because learning alone doesn't work. For a young person with no doors and no safety net, the right degree at the right price is a ladder I never had to buy.
And I'll complicate mine. The trades are excellent, and I'll defend them all day, but they are physically demanding, and a body at 50 is not a body at 25. The honest version of my advice includes a plan for the second half of that career: supervision, contracting, ownership of the business rather than the tools.
So the complication is this: neither always go nor never go survives contact with the specifics. What survives is arithmetic, the field, the price, and the borrowing.
The verdict. When does the viewer or their child go?
First, the locked door test. If the career legally requires the credential, medicine, law, engineering, accounting, licensed professions, the debate is over. Buy the key and buy it at the cheapest accredited price you can find, because the license is identical regardless of the school's prestige.
Second, the first-year salary rule. Keep total borrowing below the realistic first-year salary in that field. Above that line, change the school, change the major, live at home, take community college for 2 years and transfer, or apply for aid more aggressively. The diploma is the same, the debt is not. Third, the undecided rule. If you don't know what you want to study, don't buy a 6-figure product to find out. Work, apprentice, take a trade, build a portfolio for a year or two. The door stays open, and you'll arrive knowing why you're there, which is also when the degree starts paying.
Fourth, buy the network, not just the lectures. Whichever path you choose, the doors matter as much as the knowledge. Attend the office hours, join the guild, the club, the meetup, ask for the introduction. Knowledge is now nearly free. Access never has been, and it does not arrive by accident.
4 rules from a dropout, a bookkeeper, a banker, and a man with 10 years of schooling and 3 centuries of results. Locked door, first year salary, the undecided rule, and the network. Run those before signing anything. Next time at the wealth table, the second largest expense of most people's lives, and the one almost nobody budgets, what your car is really costing you.
I'm told I'm implicated. Deeply.